Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining Genesis Technologies DaxCopilot Overview webinar. My name is Genesis. You can call me Jen. And I'm excited to be your co-host for this session, alongside with our DMO specialist, Jesse, who I'm sure you guys are familiar with.
Hey, guys.
We are thrilled to have you here as we dive into Dragon Medical One's newest extension, DaxCopilot. In this 30-minute session, we will provide a brief overview of Dax, followed by a live demo, and conclude with a Q&A segment. Now, Jesse will briefly go over some key highlights of the software. Take it away.
All right. So, first of all, Dax, Dragon Medical One DMO is required to use Dax. I know that's what all of you already have with us. That's why I reached out to you first, as our previous contacts and current subscribers. So let's just go over what DMO has done for you. I know some of you may have even had Dragon Medical Practice Edition previously, but you'll see that Dragon Medical One is more efficient with your time. It has improved accuracy. It's more flexible because you can install it on multiple computers. You can also use your phone as a mobile microphone. There's more microphone options. Again, DMO is required to use DaxCopilot. So if you have a new doctor at your practice who's interested in a new AI add-on and doesn't have DMO yet, they will have to purchase DMO first. So that was the first thing I wanted to go over. All right, introducing DaxCopilot. Dax actually stands for Dragon Ambient Experience, and then Copilot is the new Microsoft AI. Microsoft's bought out Nuance recently, and so that's how they're branding everything. DaxCopilot is an AI add-on for DMO that records your doctor-patient encounter and builds a note for you to use for your EMR. It means you don't have to dictate anymore. Just proofread the note generated by DaxCopilot, make changes, paste it directly into your EMR. The goal here is to save as much time as possible and really streamline this whole system so that you don't even need to dictate. You don't need to do notes. It's all just automated. So let's go over some of the key points of how Dax can improve your workflow. First of all, everything's mobile. So I know that when we first launched PowerMic Mobile, there were some complaints of, well, why can't I actually dictate on my phone? Dax is on your phone. You can dictate into Dax on your phone. It's completely mobile, so you can work from anywhere. You can also toggle easily between DMO and Dax on your phone. So if you're wondering, oh, I already use PowerMic Mobile on my phone, how do I switch between DMO and Dax? They are separate tabs. It is super easy to switch between them, and we will show that during the demo to come. UI is super simple. Again, we'll go over that in the demo, but the philosophy with DMO, once they moved Dragon Medical Practice Edition to the cloud, was to simplify everything and kind of make things idiot-proof. So we'll show you everything Dax can do. If you have questions, there's going to be a Q&A at the end. And then we're happy to show you where everything is. But like I said, they kept the UI really simple to make it hard to make mistakes. Again, it's all about time saved. So every time you have a note, Dax is going to be listening in and doing the hard work for you. So that's going to save you a lot of time. And that leads to reduced feelings of burnout and fatigue. So without further ado, let's start the demo. Launching Dragon real quick. And I have this app called Lonely Screen. This is actually going to show what it looks like on the phone. So when you open the PowerMic Mobile app, you see on the bottom here, you still have PowerMic Mobile. And now because there's a Dax subscription, on the right, we have DaxCopilot, and we have a sign-in option. So this is what the phone looks like. So you can see that. And then I have my Dragon Medical here on the computer. There is now a username and password requirement. I'm going to use PowerMic Mobile just for this demo because we already have the phone up. That's going to be easy for you to see what we're doing on the phone and on the computer. So here's your little Dragon bar up here, very lightweight. and especially in the new 2024 version. And then on the left, Dax starts on the phone. So this is what it's going to look like at first. The idea is that you want to treat this like a conference call. If you put your phone on speaker mode, you don't want to have it hidden in your pocket. You don't want to have it hidden in a drawer. Just kind of set it out on the table somewhere that is open view and can hear the whole room. And then you get started. So Jen, do you want to take us away with how we would begin a patient note? You see we have a earlier note up here at the top from earlier today. We did a little test.
Go ahead and go to the right-hand side at the very bottom where we are marking it at this point, and then begin your encounter. Here we go. You confirm the patient's consent before you start recording. So after confirming, you start recording. Patient who is 30 years old, male, is coming in for left knee pain.
So what we're doing here is we're creating a brief. The name is going to be the first thing you dictate. So if it starts with, "Hey doc, how are you doing?" or "Hey patient, how are you doing?" that's going to be the name of the note. So if you can, it's best to preload. And that's what we're doing here. You see it's loading, and now the HBI is patient is 30-year-old male who presents evaluation of knee pain. And if we go back, you'll see that right now this new note is titled "Patient who is 30-year-old male complaining, coming in for left knee pain."
So Jesse and I are going to go and do a little demo. We're going to do a little physician and patient encounter where I'm going to be the physician itself and Jesse will be the patient.
Yes.
Here we go.
So that's another way to differentiate each of your patients.
So if you want to continue your recording, I will go back to the recording that just happened and I will begin my patient and physician encounter. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. How are you doing today, Jesse?
I'm all right, doc. Thanks
What
for seeing me.
Yeah, absolutely. What brings you in today?
Knee hurts. It's been a couple of days. I thought it'd feel better, after a good night's sleep, and it still hurts, maybe even worse. So I thought it was time to see a doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming in. So when did the knee pain start? You said about 3 days ago?
Yeah, I know what happened. I was playing flag football with the boys.
Okay.
I tried to make a cut. It didn't go well. Might have heard a pop, a lot of pain, sat out the rest of the game, but then I went out for drinks last night and the night before. I thought, oh, by the weekend it'll feel better, and it just never did.
Okay. And when you mentioned that you were playing football, was it like an onset pain? Was it sudden? Was it gradual?
It was sudden.
It was sudden and you felt that pop?
Yeah.
Okay. And at this point, is the pain deep within the pain, or is it centralized, you would say?
It's centralized.
Okay. And whenever you first initially felt that pop from a scale of 1 to 8, what would you have rated as?
That's a maximum. I'm gonna give that maximum 8.
Maximum 8. Okay. Now, does the pain worsen with any movement?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, moving hurts.
Moving hurts. Would you say, especially whenever you try to walk on it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, a little bit about your history.
It's really tough jumping to the car on one leg after I had a few beers.
I can see how that must be really hard. I don't think I've ever tried that, so that's kind of a party trick there. I want to talk about your history really quickly, Jesse. Have you had any previous injuries to the knee?
No.
No, this is your first one, you would say?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so? Okay. Have you had any treatments, tried anything for the knee pain? Maybe like you rested?
I iced it.
You iced it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any medications?
No. Ibuprofen.
Did it help?
A little bit.
A little bit. How is the knee pain affecting your daily activities? So today, was it affecting you at all?
Yeah, I can't walk.
All right. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So any other sports that you normally participate in rather than just football?
Nope, just flag football with the boys.
All right. That sounds fun. Is it okay if I conduct a quick physical exam?
Of course.
Great. So I do see here a little bit of swelling and bruising. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my hand on your knee to see if there are any areas of tenderness or swelling. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Great. So I'm just going to touch the left knee all around there. I do feel a little bit of tenderness. And from here, I do want to perform a series of range of motion assessments.
Oh, boy.
All right. So what I'm going to have you do, Jesse, is lay down flat on your back.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to bend and straighten the knee. This will essentially allow me to see if there's any limitations with your range of motion. So
I'll
go
do
ahead.
my best.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Go ahead and lie down face up.
Okay.
All right. I'm picking up your left knee and I'm bending it slightly, about 20 to 30 degrees. Then from here, I'm going to pull your shin bone forward. Oh, okay. All right. I do feel it moving a little forward. And I'm also stabilizing the thigh. Great. So it looks like there is significant forward movement of the tibia compared to the uninjured knee. Lastly, last but not least, don't worry, I'm not going to make you move a lot, Jesse. I'm going to ask you.
Appreciate it.
What I'm going to want you to do is stand up and just walk back and forth.
Okay. Ow. Ow.
Okay. I do see a little limp on the left side. So great. That's pretty much it for today. Very quickly, I do understand that you did get an X-ray prior to coming here. Of course, prior to your physician's instructions to rule out any fractures. So that's good. No bones are broken, right? That's what we like to hear. But I do want to schedule an MRI to check for any additional injuries to the knee structure. So in the meantime, do you have a crutch or a boot or anything of the sort?
Yeah, I borrowed my girlfriend's crutches.
Oh, look at that. She's a sweetheart. Great. So I'd like you to limit your weight bearing to not cause any more potential damage. Keep icing it as necessary, but we may be able to squeeze an MRI today. That being said, any questions that you have?
How long am I going to be out?
That's a great question. So let's wait for the MRI result and then we can go from there. All right. Let's have you back after your MRI within 3 days so we can go ahead and discuss those results.
All right. Sounds good, Doc.
Great. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye. So now the AI is going to take all that information and condense it into what you guys are used to, the HPI, the general notes of what happened during this visit. And that's what we have.
So here in the summary, you're able to see pretty much everything that is transferable to the EMR system. A lot of the conversation is left out, and that's within reason. So if we toggle to the transcript side, you're going to be able to see the conversation that we had. But of course, you don't want to transport that or migrate that to the actual EMR system because some information was pretty pointless, right? About partying with the boys. We don't need to know that. So if you go back to the summary,
the AI focused on the pertinent info to the note. So we see the pain level, we see what caused the injury, but we don't see any mention of going out to the bar the last couple of nights or the one-legged drunken limping back to the car, the party trick. All of that is ignored because that's not something you would put in your notes. This note is going to be available for 30 days. Now, I would recommend trying to not waiting that long, trying to get everything in quick. In our little demo, we said we'd have the patient back in 3 days for the MRI results. I don't know how realistic that is for your practice, but try to make sure that you cover everything you need to within 30 days and then get that note into your EMR. So we're going to do a little time skip. 3 days later, MRI results are in. You don't even have to necessarily meet with a patient, so you can just add what you would add as a doctor, Genesis, of what the MRI results said.
Correct. So I highly recommend you guys, this is key. If you want to continue recording your interaction with the patient, you can go back and look at your summary list, right? And then you can search and go back to that specific encounter. in whatever order you want to go to. If you click, and this is a big, big, big warning, if you click the edit button on the right-hand side, you will not be able to record it. So yeah, it's up there. So please be aware that you can go back, right? But if you click the edit, you will not be able to start recording once again, do this supplemental recording. So once everything has been finalized as far as the treatment goes, right, he has come back with his MRI results, I will once again go back into my little microphone and continue speaking there. After 3 days, MRI results are in. We had some anteroposterior, lateral, and oblique MRI results in the left knee to rule out any other type of comorbidities. The results do reveal that there was some ACL injury occurring at this point. We do want to schedule the patient for surgery within the next 2 weeks or so.
So when we do it, AI is going to completely reevaluate all the information and then remake this note with any updates we added. So if we scroll down, we will see results. MRI of the left knee revealed an ACL injury. And so that way you can add test results, you can add to these recordings, or you can edit them individually. So if we look back to Dragon, I can actually go to this new DaxCopilot window. And it's going to have our note with our HPI, our results, our procedure, everything. There's also all these other areas that Dragon can fill, or Dax can fill based on context clues, of course. You can fill these in as well once we click that edit button. And like we mentioned earlier, once you click edit, you're no longer able to use the AI in Dax. It just basically turns into Dragon Medical One again, where you dictate and it types out exactly what you're saying. So be a little bit careful with that. We can just click copy all. And I can open a WordPad here. And then paste. You can also, something that I recommend is using the voice commands. So you can say, if you had text in your dictation box, you could say transfer text. Now you can say transfer HPI, transfer physical exam, transfer results, transfer assessment and plan. It'll transfer it directly into those notes. So I'm just going to do a quick example of that. So on the phone, we're going to switch to PowerMic Mobile. And now we're connected. Transfer HPI. I wasn't selected on the right field. Transfer physical exam. Scratch that. Physical. That's how DaxCopilot is going to work. You're going to have your doctor-patient notes. The AI is going to organize that into this summary, and then you can just transfer the bits and pieces wherever needed. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. So let's talk about pricing. As you know, there is an implementation fee. The implementation fee for DaxCopilot is $650. There's also a monthly subscription that is a whopping $600 a month. I know that sounds like a lot, but let's just do a quick ROI. If you see 20 patients per day and work 20 days per month which sounds pretty reasonable. You're only really paying $1.50, $1.50 per patient. I know that that's going to be different for everyone, how many patients you see a day, how many days a month you work. If you want to send me those numbers, we're doing a Q&A after this. You all have my email address, my phone number, my contact info. I can build out your ROI and we can work through the best way to make this profitable for you. Also, like DMO, there is a trial period. It's a little bit different. I can't do a free trial for Dax, so you're going to have to pay a $600 for that first month to begin the trial. But that does give you a trial period to test it out without committing to that large payment. So there are options. Now we get to the Q&A. Any questions for either of us? Nope.
No questions. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, our contact information is listed there. We'll go ahead and send you guys a follow-up email. And we will touch base there. Thank you again for joining the DaxCopilot overview with Genesis Technologies. Have a great day.
Thanks, guys.